So apparently this is wrestling in 2019, women using a newest bloody tampon in a match. Now it's obviously disgusting, but since it's 2019 and no one is being real anymore, all I'm gonna say is slay it, queen. These poor women not being able to use bloody tampons in matches, oh my god, that's so disgusting. Equality. As a matter of fact, I'm going to introduce you to my newest finisher, the Brown Nightmare.
Equality.
People always hear me making smoothies.
The ultimate farmer.
I don't watch the show. Why would I watch the show?
You are the authority.
我拍广告队伍
WWE
Brash power. Sean Entertainment will set you free. Equality.
Welcome everybody to the newest episode of Greatness of Wrestling, where we are going to talk about all the shit because my upload schedule is horrible. Either way, in today's video we're gonna talk about AEW, WWE Draft speculation, WrestleMania 35, and more cool shit.
Quality.
I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again, there are plenty of wrestling shows on the internet, it just so happens to be that they all suck. Welcome back to the channel. This is obviously your former Divas champion, Mr. Authority, the genetic freak. Yes, I know I got that John Cena body. The first thing I want to talk about is WWE Draft. Now we all know that this cannot possibly happen anymore in any logic way because we don't have a competition between Raw and SmackDown. We have McMahon's as the authority figures for both Raw and SmackDown. So how is this going to work? In the past we've seen many variations of the WWE Draft or the Superstar Shakeup. Please don't call it a shakeup, that's just horrible. The first version of WWE Draft had two general managers picking superstars for their brand. The second version of WWE Draft had a lottery where you pretty much had a bunch of balls, and in these balls you had wrestlers' names. If you pick Triple H, you get Triple H. If you accidentally pick Eugene, you get Eugene. The third version of WWE Draft had a random lottery. So for example, if a Raw superstar wins against a SmackDown superstar, he gets a pick, but he cannot decide who goes to his roster, the computer decides. A lot of people are talking crap about this, but I actually enjoyed it. Maybe because of nostalgia, it was during my childhood, but I really liked it. It was quite intriguing. This whole computer thing made it a bit more interesting, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And the newest version of WWE Draft is basically superstars making their entrance on a different brand. A SmackDown Live superstar Randy Orton made an entrance on Monday Night Raw. That means he's a part of Monday Night Raw. That's just bullshit. Fuck that shit. It's the most boring and lazy way to do WWE Draft. Now I'm pretty sure all of you like WWE Draft because it's intriguing, sometimes it's unpredictable, but nowadays it's just another day of wrestling. You took away our pyro, you took away our stages, you took away our good championships, and now you took away our WWE Draft. It doesn't matter though because we all can enjoy that Nia Jax video. So my concern is, how are we going to do the draft this year where all general managers are running both shows? So it doesn't really make any sense. I imagine something like this. If they're going to do a WWE Draft, they're going to be like, you know what? I feel like AJ Styles has accomplished everything on SmackDown Live. So AJ Styles, you're going to Monday Night Raw. That would be the most boring version of WWE Draft. It kinda makes sense in a way, but I hope it's not the case. Now, I can suggest two things. First of all, I want competition. So what I would do is split GMs. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon would run Raw, and Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon would run SmackDown. The problem is fixed. Bring back the computer. As a matter of fact, this is my second suggestion. Just bring back the computer. AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. AJ Styles wins. Someone is coming to SmackDown. GMs don't have any choice. It's all about superstars. It's all about which brand is better and which brand gets more superstars. I would even do it at Survivor Series if it would be my decision. Anyway, it makes sense. and hopefully this is something that WWE are going to do. I don't want this lazy, oh my god, AJ Styles made an entrance on Monday Night Raw, he's a part of Raw right now. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below.
I'm not the same little naive farm boy.
The next thing I want to talk about, I'm pretty sure you all want to hear it, AEW, All Elite Wrestling, had a press conference. It reminded me of WCW1, where they pretty much announced that they are going to go face to face with Monday Night Raw, and we got a bunch of surprises like Neville being announced as a member of the roster, which is a huge deal, but even a bigger deal is Chris Jericho making an entrance at the end of it and announcing that he's also all in, which means that he's a part of the roster. So we had Hulk Hogan doing this, now we have Jericho. Obviously Jericho is not that big of a deal, but he is still kind of a big deal. Everybody loves Jericho, for a very good reason. If you disagree, I'm gonna use my finisher. You know what's funny? WWE removed Chris Jericho from their intro, they removed him from WWE.com, and when I said it on Twitter, people were like, of course they removed him, he's not a part of the company anymore. Well, why are these people in the intro then? They removed Chris Jericho in less than 24 hours. I think Chris Jericho is a bit angry with WWE because when he wanted NXT Superstars for Cruise of Jericho, his 1-year wrestling show, whatever you want to call it, WWE said no. He went to Japan and now he's joining All Elite Wrestling. So, karma, I guess, I don't know. Another interesting thing that Chris Jericho revealed is that there is a big TV deal. So that's the reason why he actually joined. There's a rumor going around that Jim Ross is actually going to be on commentary. This just keeps getting better and better. They also announced that women are going to be paid equally as men, which is something that I don't necessarily understand. Now I assume that what they meant by this is that someone like Charlotte Flair is going to be paid the same amount as someone like, I don't know, The Miz maybe, Dolph Ziggler. But if it means anything other than that, well then they're kinda lying, you know, because I don't see Alicia Fox getting the same amount of money as John Cena. A lot of people are speculating where the F is Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega lost his championship and his future is unclear, so people wonder where Kenny Omega is going to appear. WWE or All Elite Wrestling, maybe TNA. What's interesting is that WWE offered a huge amount of money to the Young Bucks, who are a part of the AEW, of course. So imagine how much money they offered to Kenny Omega. So I don't know where Kenny Omega is going to appear. Hopefully it's AEW because they need it, but I'm not sure if he could refuse that amount of money. Either way, it sounds interesting. We need competition. Cannot wait to see the first show. Am I really hyped for it? I don't know, maybe mainly because of Chris Jericho. Because I haven't seen one single show. If it's going to be just another indie promotion who are doing 100,000 dives and no cells and whatever, I'm just not gonna be into it. I want stories being told. This is something that WWE are lacking as well right now. So we will see, but I hope it's going to be huge.
I'm not the same little naive farm boy.
Let's talk about WWE WrestleMania 35. Now you guys know that if you want to be a part of the channel, you can support it by donating to my Patreon. Any amount, really appreciated, and you will be a part of the show. You will decide WWE video games that I'm going to play, you will be on Greatness of Wrestling episodes, and so much more. So I asked my Patreons, who should main event this year's WrestleMania and which match? Zillian65 said if the women main event, Becky Lynch versus Ronda, if the men main event, Seth versus Brock. I actually agree. I have no problem with women main eventing WrestleMania as long as it's Becky Lynch, because if any other women would main event this year, it would make no sense whatsoever. Becky Lynch made the women's wrestling interesting this year, and she deserves a main event of WrestleMania. Maestro Jordan said, in the case that women main event, no doubt Becky Lynch versus Ronda. But knowing WWE, somehow in some way Charlotte is gonna come into the mix. Yeah, it's probably going to be a triple threat match, and it's really disappointing. I mean, why? People want Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. Why do you have to push Charlotte down our throats? As good as she is, I like her, she's one of my favorites. But when you start doing this, people just, get disconnected from that superstar. Just look at Roman Reigns. Godline said, if women, Becky Lynch versus Ronda, if men, Seth versus Brock. And Speedrunner said, Drew versus Seth versus Brock if they decide to book it. I guess this is something that everyone would be happy with. And if I could choose, maybe that would be my choice. However, I'm gonna say this. Why are everyone talking about Universal Championship main eventing? Why can't we have WWE Championship main eventing WrestleMania? I mean, it's about time. Anyway, thanks to my Patreons. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description. Thank you very much.
I'm not the same little naive farm boy.
That's kinda it for this very late episode of Greatness of Wrestling, but before I end this video, I wanna talk about these weird WWE nicknames nowadays. While I can still enjoy the man Becky Lynch, even though people are saying it's damaging women, she's calling herself the man, she should call herself the women, shut the fuck up.
Equality.
What I don't understand is the new Daniel Bryan, the ruthless Seth Rollins, the real AJ Styles. What? What's next? The sexy Aiden English? The smiley boy Bobby Lashley? This is my favorite picture, by the way. Or my favorite, the ultimate farmer Brock Lesnar. Oh wait, that's already a fucking thing.
The ultimate farmer.
I don't know, I'm just not really into it. They are actually even saying, welcome the new Daniel Bryan. Stop. Yeah, actually stop. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. As always, yeah, boy, the great one. If you want to support the channel, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and hugs.
This is not my fault.